Hi, my name is Angelina, and today we're going to we're going to have a pick a card reading. We're going to find out if you should continue to be in this relationship, what advice, why or why not. Okay. We can see maybe some of the things that you need to focus on yourself, or even why you are in this relationship, why you're drawn to a certain person, why it's hard to let that person go, and so on. Okay, we have three cards. So we have one, two, three. You can pause the video if you need time to pick a pile. Okay, so we'll start with pile number one. Okay, so here we have a relationship that has a man that is very um, money oriented. He likes to work. He's focused on work, making the choices of like what he needs to do to be better. We have someone who is ambitious, someone who is very grounded, or it could be an earth sign even, but doesn't have to be, obviously. We have someone who likes everything his way. He wants things that he wants, and it's almost like very hard for him to see or understand another person's perspective. So he could be somewhat closed-minded. Okay, and you came up as the Queen of Wands, which that is a very passionate, ambitious, sexy woman, and someone who has strength over him. You guys could even be married, be in a significant, very serious relationship, or you have a very strong hold on this man. So you have some great power over him. You're very lively and active. Okay, so should you be with this man? Okay. What the cards are showing me is that in your guys' relationship, there's some form of inequality. There's some form of injustice. And there has to be a choice that's consciously made by both of you, not just one side, that this has to change, this has to enter a different scenario, a different type of relationship. Something has to change, and a lot of work has to be put into this for it to work. It almost feels like you just want some form of equality in a way, or exchange, or for both sides to give and receive equally. um, Not argue, not have it be just my way or your way. Make it our way. Make it a journey that you guys like find and walk together rather than separately. Okay, so yeah, it seems like it could be that you're stuck in some form of a cycle, some form of, blockage. Your love just needs evolvement. It needs to be healed. It needs to be heard. It needs to be flourished. It needs to grow. So now both of you have to come together and find a way to make this grow, to make this more than what it is now, to take it to the next level. You both have to make the right choices. Okay, is he capable of making those right choices? It has to be a decision that he comes to, and you know what, I want to tell you this, it almost seems like it will come a time where there will be like, you're going to want to cut it off and you're going to want to end whatever is going on. And that will be an opportunity for this man to realize how important, how much love, and how he wants to come back and return you. So I think that he has to come to this. He has to make that choice, and it has to not be forced by you. No matter how many times you communicate it, I think that it's almost like a process that he has to go through to be able to put in the effort and fight for your relationship. Because right now there's a lot of like energy exchange and back and forth, and a lot of things, arguments, disagreements, just back and forth. Okay, if you leave this man, well, it could be that, in this relationship, there's a lot of work that you have to work on yourself to not self destruct, to not be a destructive source. Because what's shown to me is it's either you're not ready or the time has not come, and that you should try and make it work. But what I'm receiving is more so like you need to put in the work. It's not about you leaving. It's about you understanding why and how and what you need to do on your end. It could be an internal battle. It could be some kind of past trauma, some kind of heartache, some kind of fears. You're blocking yourself, or you're running away from something that is not really there. Like you want to walk away and, just leave it all hanging, where in reality, like, it's a lot of the situation is in your hands, and a lot of what could transpire in this relationship is up to you. Like, I think that you sometimes withdraw instead of like addressing and working through what it is that you need to work through. You just prefer to leave or run away, or just, withdraw somehow. And I think that the advice for here is not to leave, but to understand yourself and to work through your own issues. And that would be the advice. All right, so that was pile number one. Now we're gonna go to pile number two. Okay. Kind of humid out here. And I'm drinking hot tea. Hmm. Okay, so there's a lot of back and forth. You could have a relationship that's very roller coastery. You could have a relationship where, you don't know if you want him, if you don't know if you need him. He doesn't know if he wants you. Sometimes he can't be without you. Sometimes he disappears. If you disappear, you come back. If he disappears, he comes back. Um, yes, so he came out as someone who is very, how shall I say it? He thinks of himself. He thinks of what benefits him. He thinks about what serves him. He can be very to the point, very direct at times, and at times it's like he escapes this reality. He's a thinker. He could be someone who you think is a little bit, cold right now. Yeah, I see that there was an argument, and I see, you know, worries, confusion, not being able to sleep at night. Going somewhere together, perhaps. You guys definitely have love for each other. Um, he sees you as someone who he can build with, someone who's very special, someone who is like a chance for him, someone he can learn from. I would even say that. Someone that he sees potential in. Someone who he can almost like change through this relationship, or enter another phase. Um, you're like a chance to be able to transform his life, transform his ideas. Maybe you were someone who showed him a different way, a different path, a different um, way of thinking, a perspective. He's a little bit like, oh wow, like he's impressed. He's impressed by you. Um, he sees like what benefits you bring into his life. He sees like what kind of a chance you are to him and his life, and he finds that very, very attractive. He finds like, okay, like this is someone who can be very beneficial to me, contribute, like she brings something to the table, let's say it like that. Okay, so as far as your relationship, should you guys continue to be together or should you break up? Should you be together? Okay. I think that there's a lot of struggles. There is love, there's emotion. There's also sometimes where you could possibly like disappear. There could be quiet moments, and then there's an attachment between you two. So you feel very drawn to one another. It could be that you guys are sexually compatible. You have passionate chemistry. I see that there has to be some form of an end that has to come. It has to be with your emotions, with both of you, what you have to offer, what you have to bring to the table. It has to be an equal exchange. It's almost like this could be a karmic lesson. This could be a partner that was given to you to experience what it takes to be your own self, to learn your own self, and what it takes to put in work into making a relationship work, and how to come into your most active, passionate, sexy self. So it could be that this man is making you feel really loved. He's giving you like attention and some form of excitement. You feel excited. You feel love. You feel needed. You feel wanted. Okay, so yes, there's still some lessons that need to be learned here. I feel like it's up to you to determine how long and how far you guys are going to go. It's up to you too. And what I mean by that is you can be excited by the wrong things. You could be wanting or used to certain patterns that are roller coastery, unhealthy, or not balanced. So there has to be an equal exchange. So perhaps, you know, there will be a chance for you, obviously, to find love if you leave him. If you guys stay together and I see that he has a lot of love for you, um, and I see that it's like he's choosing you, but he's also withdrawing. So it's highly likely that you guys are going to, you know, for the next little bit of your life still be together. Like you're still gonna have whatever you have going on. Until you learn the lesson, and not even until, but you have to learn the lesson of facing your fears, um, what kind and how you offer love, and also about honesty and trust. Trust is very, very important thing that you guys have to choose. So it's a decision that you have to make for yourself. If you're not able to trust the person and you have so many different fears, then it's going to be a very hard, it's going to be very hard to make a relationship work. So you definitely have to work on those things. Okay. And pile number 3. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have some very beautiful cards that came out. You are the woman that this man has been dreaming about. You're the woman that this man wants to build a life with, that is just overwhelmed with feelings and sees this potential stability with you. Like the cards that came out for this pile, you guys, are so good that, you know, I think this is going to be a short reading because it's very clear to me that this man is serious, has good intentions, and, you know, has true love for you. Now, we have some difficulties, but the feelings are definitely undeniable. Okay, what do we have here? Okay. So, it could be for like different people. You know what? It's either one of you needs to like end a certain situation, or, or you are meant to be in a relationship. You're meant to experience each other. You are very close souls. You balance each other out. You balance each other out. You just come together in a very beautiful way. that you share now, it's a lot of work. Um, it's a lot of work, and it almost feels like you're giving up, or you want to give up, or like your relationship. There may be times that you think or you feel like, okay, this is so much, like this is not how I imagined it, this is not what I pictured. Um, very consumed, very emotional. Like, did I make the right decision? Did I choose the right person? Should I be feeling this way? Yeah, I feel like you have some, doubts and some feelings of uncertainty whether, this is the right path or not. Are we moving towards the right path in the right direction, or is there someone better out there for me? That's what I'm picking up. Yes, and I think that he picks up on some of those things, and that makes him feel okay. So, your relationship together could be like very fast involved, and things happen. Long-term potential. You're gonna have a chance. Um, I think that you guys are on this journey, and you know what? I think that some of the things you're just not meant to know at this particular point in time. I think that this is a chance for you. Um, it's not going to be an easy road. It's not going to be one without heartbreak, leaving, and not wanting hard work, and so on. Relationships, you know, that we come in, um, are not. It's a matter of choice. They're not a matter of, oh, what's destined or not. And here, our clear advice is to make a decision yourself first, to decide what it is that you want. And if it is this man and this relationship that you want, you have to put in a lot of work. A lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of discipline, and just transform it into how you want it to be. Um, you have to make a choice within yourself. Like, this is what the main advice for this pile is. You have to understand what you want. What is it that you want? It's not talking about the person as much here, as much as it's talking about realizing and understanding yourself. Once you realize and understand yourself, then we can look at other things. This is something that you have to figure out for yourself. Well, thank you so much, and please subscribe and like this video, comment, and I would gladly read your comments below.